football coaches leave one program to become the head coach at another, a friendly rivalry between the two teams often ensues. Burke head coach Byron Beeman used to be an assistant coach at O'Brien and considers the Tiger coaches like brothers. But since Coach Beeman has taken over the Burke program in 2011, the Bulldogs haven't been able to beat the team they've looked at as family. Would this season be any different? Well, the two teams squared off on Friday to find out. Let's head to White Stadium for this one, and there you see Burke running back Brandon Newton. He would have a monster game on Friday night. First quarter opening drive for O'Brien, and Brandon Newton recovers that fumble right there at the 17-yard line, so it prevents O'Brien from scoring. Very next play, Newton getting the handoff and taking it to the house. Brandon Newton, 83-yard touchdown run. He actually had an 87-yarder last year against O'Brien. He puts Burke up 6-0 there early on. Burke's next possession, though, Justin Davis's pass is tipped and then picked off by Brian Donna. He brings it deep into Burke territory inside the 25-yard line. Later on, it's O'Brien from the 5. George Gomez, the quarterback, on the keeper. He finds the corner for the touchdown. Bryant ties it up at 6 apiece. Then later on in the first quarter, Burke again coughing up the football. Again, it's Brian Donna with the recovery for the O'Brien Tigers. And he would recover it inside Burke territory there late in the first quarter. Possession would spill over into the second quarter. It's Gomez on the keeper. He finds the right corner of the end zone for the touchdown. His second of the ball game puts the Tigers up 12-6. But just before the half, Burke still fighting. There you see Newton. Just a tough run for him inside the 15-yard line down to the 12. Then it's Justin Davis finding Newton in the end zone for the score. They tied up at 12 just before halftime. Big drive there for the Burke Bulldogs. Opening drive of the third quarter for Jeremiah Burke. Brandon Newell with just a bulldozing run here for the Bulldogs. He gets the ball down to the 1. Justin Davis would punch it in for Burke. They would go up 20-12. Fourth quarter now. Burke pitching it to Brandon Newton from the 10, and he would not be denied for his third touchdown run of the ball game as the Burke Bulldogs go on to beat the O'Brien Tigers 26-12 on Friday night. Here's the rest of the scores from the weekend as Boston English took down Latin Academy 32-20. Buduzing with 2 rushing touchdowns for the English Blue and Blue. Dorchester having their way with New Mission. They won 46-12. Johnny Mims and Theo Campbell combined for 350 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns for the Dorchester Bears. East Boston taking down rival Madison Park 28-14. Justin Roman 95 yards on the ground and a score. Brighton having their way with Charlestown 38-8. Dexter Andrews continues just a monster season for him. He had 180 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns to pace the Brighton Bengals. Also on Friday, West Roxbury just edging out South Boston 16-14. Smith with 110 rushing yards for the Westie Raiders. Also, let's get you some soccer scores from last week. On Thursday in boys soccer, it was O'Brien taking down Snowden 3-1. DePina had a hat trick for the O'Brien Tigers. Meanwhile, Madison Park and Dorchester tying up at 2 apiece. It's Durand with a game-tying goal for the Dorchester Bears. Also on Thursday, September 25th, in boys soccer, we also had another tie. Latin Academy tying South Boston at 3 apiece. And then in girls soccer, it was Boston English who took down West Roxbury 3-1. Bernabel with a big penalty kick save for the Boston English Blue and Blue, and those ladies would go on to beat West Roxbury. Also on Thursday in girls soccer, rather on Friday, it was East Boston taking down Boston International easily 8-0. Mejia with 4 goals to lead the East Boston Lady Jets in that one. Now that we're turning the page on the month of September, you can start to see some separation between the elite teams and the rest of the league in all of the fall sports. But the month of October is often full of surprises in high school sports, so I'm sure we'll see some more this season. And that's going to do it for sports this week. Be sure to check in right back here next week for more on Boston Neighborhood Sports.